That should be good. Okay, so I think we're about 3 minutes to start here. Practice stream, warm-up stream for the... Is it JRDF?
Yeah.
That's a little hard to say.
But it's
JDRF.
JDRF, yeah.
See, I did it wrong. Alright, no. You're the color on this one. You said you have dodgeball experience, so you're gonna have to walk me through all of this.
Okay.
You ready?
I can explain how the game mode works first if you like. And then like common techniques and shit like that.
Alright, sure. Walk me through it before we start here.
Okay.
There's one warm-up round before you start, and we have about, I think, 2 or 3 minutes before the teams actually get in and start matching. So the players right now are just warming up on the court. Dodgeball.
So, yeah.
One of the oldest TF2 game modes, I think all the way back from 2010, if I remember correctly. Any idea?
Yeah, it is quite a history. It's like it's as old as the other game modes like Jailbreak, Speedrun. Yeah, it's really up there, and while it's not as popular today, there's still like a huge player base, and people love dropping in when quick play was a thing.
Premise is pretty simple, but maybe not intuitive. It's not like dodgeball like on a court. You got a homing rocket. You don't have those in real life. But
well, it's not really intuitive because the name is a bit of a misnomer. It's a lot closer to like Hot Potato or Lethal League if you've ever played that.
I was
gonna
say it's probably close to tennis. I'd say it's a little close to tennis. Maybe not completely, but same idea, right?
The tennis ball being able to kill you, but my memory might be a bit fuzzy.
Just not sports cultured. That's what we are. So, walk me through one of the things that we have here. Is we have the rule set for our mini competitive dodgeball league here. I believe it's 4v4.
Yeah.
I have to mute the stream. It's 4v4 flares, which it's new to me. I never played with flares in dodgeball before. So, walk me through that. What's the point of the flares? What do they do?
I don't know how old it is actually because they weren't a thing when I played in like 2013, 2014. But the way it works is you get limited flares, and they have two pieces or two forms of utility that they give you. The first one is you'll notice that these players, when they're jumping, actually don't have low gravity. And the flares have been modified to give you extra jump height when you use them, so you can go a lot higher. Okay. You can use this to basically catch the ball mid-air, or you can go on some sort of map prop, maybe like stand on a basketball rim. I don't think this is possible on this map. So you can use it to do cool tricks and catch the ball mid-air and maybe save a teammate. The second piece of utility that it gives you is that it can actually delete the rocket mid-air. So if you want to reset a round, maybe confuse the enemy gamers, or you want to reset the speed of the ball because it's a little too fast for you, you can use it for that.
Yep.
And to help with that, it actually has a bigger hitbox, which is why you'll notice it has like the little wrangled shield over it.
Yep, we're finishing up the warm-up round here. Red team putting out a pretty dominating performance in the sort of like pre-game here. You'll see one of the crucial aspects of dodgeball is going to be in orbit, where you have the rocket sort of rotate around you. You're really looking to receive it from one direction and sort of like flowing water. Right there, you see Milk Tea execute a perfect one. A lot harder to do as the rocket gets faster, and that adjustment is going to be a big difference. You can see as they hit the rocket, we'll call the rocket in this case, back and forth. It's going to get slowly faster and faster. And we have our first match live here. I don't know exactly what teams we have.
We actually have a team of people with like main and advanced competitive experience versus, I believe, actual dodgeball players on red team.
I think I do recognize Milk Tea from Would You Believe It 3 or 4 years ago. But dodgeball is really its own beast and its own control scheme. So even if familiarity with the game does exist, you're going to see it's going to be a lot harder to translate that, I think, into raw dodgeball. You see right there, Puzzle Master messing up his orbit, not managing to have another safe swipe. Right there, looks like Raven lagged a little bit as the rocket
destroyed right now.
So blue team ready down to one player here. As Red, you can see there, Blue's Nirvana entering a spike battle, and you can see 3 orbits messed up there. That's going to be the real separation between an experienced dodgeball group and one that isn't. So Red so far putting out a dominating performance. I don't know. Do you know what this is to the best of? Blue opting to back up all the way to the back of the court so they have as much time to react as possible.
I believe it's best of 5, but they might have modified it for the charity stream. So it's 5 rounds.
Best of 5, okay, yeah. When I used to play, it used to be best of 3. You can see Blue opting to take each of the corners air blasting here. This strategy is interesting because they have more time to react because they're so far back, but it is going to make it a little bit difficult to do any sort of orbit. You can see right there, as soon as he misses, it's instantly dying. Another aspect that's very interesting is target selection on the rockets. So do you want to walk through this, or do you want me to explain it?
Most of the time, it's random and kind of arbitrary, unless the person who shot the rocket is still alive. Generally, the rocket will prefer the person who last reflected it. So, for example, Milk Tea has a higher chance of receiving the ball back after the blue air blasts it than the other players, but
No, I, I,
there's
I
it's
don't think
still
that's the way it
randomized as
works.
well.
So instead of being random, my understanding of it is, so you see red picking up another round there.
Yeah.
The way it essentially works is the rocket will always target the person furthest back, with the sole exception of if you backspike it. So if you shoot the
Yeah.
rocket backwards, it will target the person closest forward. So you can see one of the interesting things about control here that the red team has is by having a distinct separation, the players in the middle will never receive the rocket. So you can see it's always targeting the players in the back. And I always thought, the way I like to think of this is they essentially work with extra lives here. You can see the Monkey Bro there back spiking to hit the person close to him. Milk Tea targeting the person furthest back by air blasting it just straight forward here. So there's a little bit of target selection opportunities you can have, and switches are also a big thing because it also works left and right. So if you spike the rocket left and you have a little bit of control by air blasting that rocket, you can target the person furthest to the right. That's a little bit unintuitive here, but we can see Red Team once again putting out a dominating performance here. Just a little bit difficult to compete with veteran players, I imagine.
Even if you have competitive experience, that reflexes like and reaction time is only going to take you so far, where experience takes over. Especially with all these like different techniques that you can use. There's spiking, you can curve the ball, you can throw it backwards. These players are just not experienced enough to know that it's coming, so they expect the ball to come straight,
Yeah.
where it just goes up and down all around them.
I think a huge aspect of dodgeball is getting comfortable with this rocket being invisible, sort of floating behind you. So you
Yeah.
see really experienced dodgeball players. See a very high rocket there. A key aspect of what they'll do, they'll feel comfortable with the rocket going around them. They don't have to stare at it. They know where it's going. You can see right there, Puzzle Master. Sorry to make an example of him, but displaying a little bit of that inexperience there. Oh my god, a triple kill by
Triple
Nirvana.
kill from Blue.
He does get picked up taunting his victory here. So we have a 1-on-1. First situation for Blue to put around on the board here, as Tornado just holding S, seems to have S held, walking around the map in a corner. Does manage to backspike twice.
Oh my god,
Monkey Bro missing it.
Matador.
That was probably the best chance Blue had.
Yeah. I think Blue's strategy might be to try to abuse the BM of the other team.
Yeah.
Oh, why are their
they
players
level
leaving?
player now? You see? I guess it's best of 4.
So they did reduce it.
So we see without a way to pause the round, it looks like they're just sort of like giving a junk round real quick while the players set up for the next group.
Yeah. I think it's interesting that you bring up a target choice, because I think especially as the ball gets faster and faster, and you can't react as much. Like you can't be playing very reactive. You have to know where the ball is going to go to. And players who don't know, like I didn't even know how that the ball was targeting in that way, are going to really struggle with the higher speeds because of that. Whereas people with experience, like they just know who the ball is going to go to if they're coordinated enough, right? You don't have to guess, and you can even pre-fire your air blast.
And the other interesting thing about targeting is it really gives you the ability to, I call it a panic button, where oftentimes if you're a single player alive, and this is one of the things that makes dodgeball so great to watch, you have the option to select a different target. If you're the only player alive, you know that the rocket's going to you, but you can do a sudden switch, catch someone off guard, maybe get a pick, and that's one of the things I would classically do when I play dodgeball. I don't know, like 3-4 years ago at this point. Once the dodgeball gets a little bit hot, toss it to someone who might not be fully aware of what's going on. Kind of free get out of jail card. Not free, but a little bit easier to control. And because of that, there's so much more potential for, I want to call it a comeback. Because when you have control of where the ball is going, that's an advantage you can really work with.
I agree. It always, like, the tension is always there no matter the player numbers. Even if it's one person against 5, like, they can easily bring it back. Like, of course, the player number advantage is still really important, because if you mess up, there's no other people to take your place. But you still have a lot of power to turn the tables around.
Yep. And real quick, I want to go through. There's so many things to still talk about, but let's go through one of the aspects of the tournament here. Oh, a brilliant side spike there by Ouija. You can see interrupting the direction the ball was going by spiking to the right. What is the meaning of the charity ball? That's one option that's there. It's only a 2v3 right now, 3v3. Still missing another player on blue team. Not sure if they're going live, if this counts, or if they're still waiting.
I'm actually not sure what it does, but it might have like a special stat where it goes faster, like it accelerates faster per air blast than the normal ball,
We'll keep
or
an eye on
maybe
that.
it does more damage because you can actually survive a couple rockets in the beginning phases just by the rocket being inaccurate or
Yeah, you
not as
see
fast enough.
right there,
So you
just
can
happening to
survive
North as he
that.
gets. Oh man, it's perfect. They're displaying it for
Exactly.
us.
It's like they just know we're commentating over them there, showing the audience.
Yeah. Oh man, perfect demonstration. Am I right? You
Yeah.
see right there. One of the difficult aspects of a spike you saw just happen there, up spike rather, is it's usually quite difficult to orbit compared to receiving the rocket from the left or right. You can't really orbit a spike, or I mean you can, but the recovery from that is a lot harder. So when you see these people enter what I want to call spike battles, we see a flare destroy there, just as Nono was talking about. Um, but when you enter a sort of spike battle, is what I like to call them. I call them standoffs. Actually, you see both players spiking. Neither one of them able to really recover there. Ribbon messing up his orbit there and dying to a relatively slow rocket. So we have a nice 2v2 here. I believe this probably still isn't live, as Blue's still waiting for one more player.
We just saw a nice down spike from Mur right there, but Ouija's counter orbits him.
Yeah, you see that redirect there messing up Mur's orbit, expecting to receive the rocket from one side, and that switch is all it takes when the rocket's going that fast to really get caught unawares. So we have a 2v1 situation. North on barely any HP,
Ooh,
but Jam
eating the splash.
messing up his
See,
orbit there.
that's the thing with trying to counter an up spike. From my experiences, even if you can try to orbit it by leading the rocket below you, around you, there's a very high chance that it'll hit the floor and might maybe even kill you with the splash damage. So it's always really dangerous if it's not coming from the side, even if you do have the skill to back it up.
Mob getting hit by a spawn rocket there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one of the aspects of I believe the court is that there is bounce on, if I remember correctly, which means that the rocket, rather than splashing, will actually explode. Rather than exploding on the floor, will bounce instead.
Yeah.
So you can see right there, Ribbon pulling off a down spike, the rocket going to the ground and bouncing off it like it's a little bit of rubber. You can see.
Oh yeah, you see he tried to orbit it, but it went vertically there.
See a couple of players beginning to jump up. Okay, so Dragonborn is calling that this is the warm-up round. So the next round will be for real here. We see it looked like a pretty even situation here. I think the players to look out for, both Gwendolyn and Ouija, seem experienced. On the red team, Ribbon seems to have an idea of what he's doing as well as Mur. Not that the other players
They seem to be using the Roman Cabal strategy of just grouping up together and air blasting all around them.
Yeah. As I mentioned before, one of the things you can do is have a player behind and the player in front, sort of just like tennis, serves as sort of like the interrupter in the middle. So having a sort of like spread out, it's interesting because I think it focuses less on teamwork and more on individual skill. This is essentially saying like, hey, we have a big distinction between us two. You can see the redirect there, catching Mur unaware, and it's just Ribbon down to clutch against these two. Still warm up round here, but it's the moral victories that can count. We see Ribbon right there messing up his orbit as it goes over him. Not managing to recover there, having to turn, look for the ball. And that's the difference between, the real experience, I think. Okay, so we are live in the first round here. Second match. The first group we saw, a couple of experienced dodgeball pros from the looks of it. A little bit of a roll.
Hopefully
a lot of flares going out from both
here.
sides, trying to distract each other and mess them up. We see Red kind of splitting into a 2-2 group here. Blue kind of opting to have a much wider situation.
North seems to be trying to disrupt his own teammate. And still, Ouija gets the double kill despite that.
And you see right there, that's just like I said, the little 2-2 group there ended up backfiring a little bit. So Red's down to 2 players here. You see a down spike there on the bomb, looking quite funny. So I guess this is the charity bomb. I'll have to keep an eye on it. And there it goes. Yeah, just like I thought. It is actually a nuke. So it does launch the players back. Didn't instantly kill Mur, but give him a little bit of knockback. And it's just down to him to clutch this 1v4 right now. You see Ouija there in the back. It means he's taking really the brunt of the defense here. So Mur might potentially try to take him out first, so you might try to down spike when things get too hot here. You see North serving there as a shield, interrupting the timing there, and that's exactly what I talk about, the team aspect of dodgeballs, when you have that one player back who can serve as sort of protector.
Yeah, that's why it's not even that bad, even if you take the brunt of the defense, because you have the players in front of you who are not going to get targeted can still help you air blast the ball.
Oh, we have another charity bomb out here.
Okay.
See 2 players grouping up a little bit too close. You can hit your own teammate with your orbit if you're not careful. So first,
at least the charity bomb didn't catch another.
Yep. You see flares coming up on both sides.
One person this time. It's all good.
Harassing each other. So Blue up another player again. There's a couple of spikes going on both sides, and that
Ooh.
rocket just gets over Alice. So Red is,
Orbited, but it came right from behind and a backstab.
these are actually the same two players as last time. If we have Ribbon and Mur back down to clutch 2, and the same order. I'm having deja vu right now. We'll see if Ribbon can change the past.
North and Ouija are having a conversation in the back while their Moby is trying to carry the front. Yeah. Looks like they're beginning a little bit, and it's going to cost the 2 of their players.
And North right there catching that rocket. Probably not even meant for him from the looks of it. See, Ribbon adopting a different strategy here. Rather than targeting Ouija, he messes up that orbit there, and it's going to cost him his life. Yeah. I was going to say, rather than target Ouija there, it looked like he was going for a backspike, trying to clean up the front line, give him get rid of those lives and protectors.
Yeah, I think the blue team definitely knows how to set up a proper defense, and he's trying to throw them off because they're expecting the ball to go all the way back, right?
Yep, you can see right there, same deal. The front 2 line players interrupting where the rocket should be going, back to Ouija. Serving as a very nice front screen here. I thought that was going to get a pick. You can see Alice doing really well with Fox here, entering the standoff there. And gets redirected right there. You see right there he was in the standoff with Gwendolyn, accidentally redirected it over to Ouija, and that's all it took. That different angle is going to be much more harder to orbit. And, well, picking up Gwen there. So 3v3.
A lot more even this time. Jan is starting to get the heat cranking up. He's actually alive this round for a lot longer than before. They're breaking the pecking order.
Another standoff
and
here.
Ribbon is sending it back and forth with Ouija. Backline just 1v1ing together, but Ouija is going to take the cake.
No one can stand up to this monster.
Yeah, Ouija is just absolutely destroying the competition.
I think he's so far deathless. And we see he actually started in the back there. He worked his way back up, and then he backed up again to start receiving his rockets. Do you see the down spike there?
Another kill, bro. This man has almost tripled the points of the second player on this team.
I mean, that's how Dodgeball works. Dodgeball's such a game mode where you really have this control over your own life. It's really hard to like gang up on a team fight. And right now he's really outpacing on the red team, and Rocket's not going too fast. I think we've only seen 150, so I'll be interested to see when we break 200.
I think we'll probably see that in the later stages of the bracket where we see really experienced players at the end. I hope to see the Rocket
was that the last round?
Oh, it was a best of 3, right?
Not sure, no.
Well, Dragon Boris had good games, so I think.
Alright, so I think Red does pick up that round there. Sorry, Blue.
Blue.
I'm colorblind, okay.
That's okay.
I see, everyone get kicked from the server. That's one way of doing it. Right.
What's the fastest you've seen the ball in your experience?
Oh, so way back in the day, what we would do is, if there was one player left and we both knew each other, we would have one person orbit and then we walk really close and would enter, I call it the infinite symbol, where one of us would look the other way, the other stand next to the other way, and by doing that formation, you can basically air blast repeatedly, and if you follow the rhythm, you can get really, really fast. I think the fastest I ever personally got by doing that little circle game, I think it's called circle game, was I think close to 350, which is just like, at that point, you're just smashing right mouse.
Yeah.
But I think the fastest I've actually done playing normally, I would say probably about like 210 is where I start to bail, where I'm like, this is too fast. Redirect it to someone else and hope they can't catch it. If they hit it back to me, I'm dead.
I remember seeing somebody do the yin and yang or circle formation for the first time. I was just so entranced.
Oh, stunned,
because it's almost impressive when you traditionally, like, you never see people just see such cooperation, bring the ball to such a speed usually before, because most people break before he even hits 100.
Yeah, I think one of the really interesting aspects of Dodgeball is how people feel comfortable at these higher thresholds. Like, especially experienced Dodgeball players, they can feel invincible. And even if you go to some server like, Sky or something, there's going to be someone who knows what he's doing, and it's going to show really quick.
100,000 projectiles reflected on no kills on their degrees.
Yeah. I mean, that's one dead giveaway. Other aspect is the way they display a lot of confidence here. It's also a pretty big tell.
I think at some point you just can't even react to the ball, that you have to be very proactive and know where the ball is going to go way ahead in the future before it even gets air blasted.
Yeah. So in case any of our audience has never actually played Dodgeball, when the rocket does redirect to you, you have a tiny little beep beep noise. I'd say that's a pretty good impression, right? And that's the only indication you get. You don't know where, if you're not paying attention, you don't know where the ball's coming from, but it's targeting you. So even if the ball isn't targeting you, can end up running into someone or getting blocked by your teammate. But
Or be a charity bomb and take 2 of you out.
Yeah, that's true too as well. So it looks like, I believe this is, I don't think Dragon said anything. I'm not sure if this is the live round or the...
Might be a warm-up.
Yeah. Well, we see red team grouping up. Oh, I see. So this is the warm-up. So the next one's live. For the most part, I think both teams here look pretty experienced. Oh, nice down spike there, picking up 2 players. From the look of it, you can see red adopting a 3-1 formation here. Pi is the line in the back. And the other 2 kind of like hounding forward. Once again, they are safe unless it's a back spike. Yeah, they can serve as a sort of frontline screen here.
I think the back spike is just a lot more difficult than it's worth for most of these players, so you won't really see it happen that often. Oh,
you can see it right there.
Touch there.
And that player W able to intercept that, and also being safe doing that because it was a front one. So he can take as much time as he wants getting in people's face. So we're going live here. First half red, I think, dominating both those little pregame mini parts. W trying to intercept the little ball.
Trying to show off his incredible ball skills by getting a dunk on the ball with the flare.
He really knows how to handle that ball.
Both teams realizing the flare gun exists and trying to annoy each other with it, but it's not going to result on any kills, unfortunately.
I think we'll get some styling flare kills back.
For sure. I want to see a down spike with a dead jump. Personally.
The only problem is if you're in the air like that, you don't have any control of your orbit. So we see red team picking up 2 frags here quite early, under 100 mph rockets. You can see their double pyro screen here at the front.
Yeah, they're getting a lot more aggressive too, getting very close to them, trying to
getting a lot of them, close combat. And you see Eggsy there hitting a back spike, killing the player in the front line. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Being close range like that, it goes both ways. So while it's bad for them, it's also bad for you. You know, Rocket doesn't discriminate, but it seems to work out with W hitting back orbit into him.
Yeah, beautiful close quarter combat there by
W. God, Eggsy's hitting the skybox, trying to assert his dominance over the competition.
Let's see a couple of nice styles. Ooh, I thought that flare might have picked up a kill there, as the player was a little out of control of their movement here.
We're seeing a 1v. Oh, never mind. They exchanged the ball to the back line.
Yeah, same deal here. A 3-person screen from red here. You can see right there, that free pick from Diamondback is completely safe because his back player was the one the Rocket was targeting. Not completely.
Oh, double kill from Eggsy. They were a little too close for comfort there.
Yeah, that's the risk of running a screen. Managed to get especially your screen sort of clustering there as the Rocket goes into them. Copper getting picked out by that down spike there, not able to complete his orbit. We see a 2v2 situation. Blue not having a player behind.
He's losing track of the ball. It's a 1v2 now. Blue actually turned it around from a disadvantageous situation. Mello seems to have a lot more skill than his teammates and experience. You can see him even back orbiting it to the other player and getting a pick down. It's a 1v1.
I can see him really comfortable doing, I think, 2 orbits there with a 100 mph rocket.
Yeah.
So he's handling it. Oh my god.
Spike into him. Oh my god.
That is so hard to read. You see that spike coming and you back spike that, the timing is pure instinct. Because the timing is so adjusted from if it went at you directly. Because it's going the wrong way, has to do a U-turn around and then come back. So right there, the blue player, I didn't see who it was, not ready for it.
It's impossible to read too, because it's like a very instantaneous flick. You don't know what the other player is going to do. In that sense, it's kind of like boxing, where you have to read your opponent before they do it. You know, and be able to react depending on what they do. Some of these players might incorporate, you know, what's called opponent programming, where you essentially just do a bunch of straight shots and then you switch it up when they least expect it. And even if you switch it up a tiny bit with basic moves, you can get a pick. We see that right here, actually, when he down spikes it after a bunch of straight shots, and they get a pick on blue, and it's now a 2v4.
Yeah, down spiking there does mess up the timing quite a bit. Oh, direct rocket.
Red is just turning it around.
See, it's just Eggsy, and he dies to the CQC again. That frontline screen is just free to keep spamming.
For sure, a flawless round from red team here.
Flawless round from red. I'm interested in seeing what the bracket's going to look like when some of these top teams start running up against each other. We've had some star players, definitely on both sides. I think Pi definitely holding the back line strong this game. The other side, Eggsy definitely holding his own, but not able to deal with the screen there. Red team really having such an aggressively powerful front line. And once again, oh man, look at all those players go.
I mean, at that point, if they're doing a screen, I don't think it's a good idea for him.
Oh, I got kicked! Oh man. That's
Maybe just get a kick all.
I mean, so it probably they didn't have enough spots and someone was struggling to get in who was actually important, which, you know. Oh shit.
The only
But
problem when you're fighting against the screen like that is you really don't want to get close range because instead of reacting against one player, you're reacting against two.
I
You really
think
want to create distance at least a little bit and play in conjunction with your back line to reset that. Wait,
yeah.
why am I in? Whoops, I should be spectator.
One of the things I think is quite interesting is this is a
What
map
kind
that
of
has a
thing?
discrete middle. You can't cross the
Yeah,
middle no matter how you can go. A lot of times, some maps will let you not only cross
just
that
walk
barrier
to
but
the
get really
other
close.
team's spawn.
Yeah, pretty much. I think in Dodgeball we called that CQC, Close Quarters Combat. And getting good at that was like its own skill. You had these players who were backline heroes who could receive like 200, 300 mile per hour rockets, and you had these guys who could really get in your face. And the second you air blast with them able to do anything, you're out of there. You just bring that
They'll
rocket
just
straight
air
back to your
blast it
face.
right back into your face. It's almost
Exactly.
like those cartoons where they like stuff a shotgun and it blows up right in
Yeah,
front of
pretty
you.
much. And it's intimidating. It's intimidating to get walked down by some of those
For
guys,
sure.
especially the
Uh,
experienced ones. Oh, see, did you just flare that rocket there? Oh man,
Yeah.
that's some cool. I didn't even realize flaring a rocket when it's really close to your enemy, explodes it and kills them. That does make sense. I can't believe we haven't really seen that.
It
It
is, but
feels like
it's
it.
just so difficult to pull off, even with the extra bigger hitbox. Uh, Plus, most of these players are just like so anxious over the rocket that they sort of lose
They're not ready to
almost tunnel
switch.
vision over the rocket and like forget all the tools that are actually available to them. Are they switching over?
Yeah, I think they're getting one of the teams in here, but
Uh,
I don't know, the process isn't super streamlined.
yeah.
I'm trying to think if there would be a better way to organize it, but it's kind of hard to get the teams in there, and the sets are so short that another method would probably be prohibitively costly.
I think they were talking about using serve me, but you have to have the source mod plugin, right? It's not just a config. So things like serve me or quick select, they only have a competitive
Yeah, for dodgeball.
configuration. So you can't really run them. So we have to use the like dragon servers,
Yeah, I think that's what
and
this is.
I believe Dodgeball League has servers too that they still run. I'm not sure.
Now, dodgeball communities have changed all the time.
Hmm.
There was always like 3 or 4 different server groups, and there was like height rivalries. But for the most part, people would just play on the server closest to them because dodgeball is so important. Sorry, ping is so
Yeah,
important when playing dodgeball.
latency is really important. Like because the ball moves so fast, like every bit, every millisecond really does count when you're trying to react to the ball.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that's really interesting because you can really feel the difference, and I think dodgeball is
Hmm.
hugely about feel. We see the rocket going all the way up to 200 miles per hour here. A little bit of 2v1 play, but I think we're in for probably a game with I won't be rude, but probably players who have a lot more time in dodgeball here than some of the first sets we saw. So players discussing maps. So where are we on the bracket now? We're about halfway through the first ring.
Actually, open it up real quick. There we go. Dodgeball. We're gonna be having Ace and Ouija's team actually going up next. Looks like the other fourth matchup hasn't finished, so we won't see the team with Pi fighting yet. Looks like.
The Pie team.
Mm.
All right, as we still fill the server here, I think we're
What
missing
team
one
do you think is
person.
going to be really dominant and make to the grand finals?
I thought the first team we saw, the first team on the, I guess it was the right side. I think it was red team. Put out a
The
pretty
team with
dominant performance.
Gwendolyn.
No, not that one. The one before that. The first one we saw. The group. I think it had Ace on it, if I remember correctly. Not good
Yeah,
with
the
names.
Ace group. It seems like every matchup has been a 3-0, which is
Oh,
interesting.
really? I had no
Yeah,
idea. I didn't notice because some of them have been pretty close. But I think dodgeball is. I don't want to say it's a feast or famine game mode, but it's really difficult to bridge the skill gap. There's not a lot of ways that you can
yeah.
unexpectedly kill like an experienced player because they'll be so ready for. You just see right there, like ready for that redirect, even if it's 150 miles per hour. So
Yeah, that's the thing, because even though there's a lot of combinations and ways you could do the move, like there's still a preset amount of moves. Like there's not a lot of combinations that you can do that they wouldn't know is coming, right? Because they know all of them already. You can't have a new player like you can have a new player surprise an experienced player on like a casual map because there's so many places they could be. There's so many random factors and teammates. But here, the only way to deal damage to the enemy gamers is by reflecting a rocket successfully to
just
them.
by
Right?
the book. I think that's one of the aspects that I think is both interesting and difficult to circumvent. You don't really have a way to 2v1 a player. You're actually at a disadvantage if you're two players versus their one usually. Well, I mean, you have more lives, but they have the ability to choose their target, and you don't really. So, pretty interesting.
Arrows is just hitting back spikes, but it's not enough for the double line there.
Yeah, you can see his
Doing a bit of backwards BM moonwalking up to their side.
We got the extra player here. Blue's still missing a player. I think they have, what is it? I think the rules might say this somewhere. At least for Altiduo, I think it was 3 minutes to get their extra player, if there isn't anyone.
What's that map? What did you call that map with 3 minutes that you said?
Oh, Fira?
Yeah, Fira. How do you spell it?
Fira.
Because I want it to be. I'm thinking about the fairness. It should just be 3v3, honestly.
Alright, so blue team missing a punting there. Dragonborn making a call that red team's Havoc should go down a player here. So they're warming up with a 3v3 situation here. This is what I'm used to, by the way, when I play Dodgeball, at least in tournaments. We all did a 3v3 format. So 4v4 quite interesting. I'm not really sure how the strategy has developed over time here. So besides, screening and having a person in the back, I know absolutely nothing about what the format's really like. Definitely interested in seeing how these... Oh, you see right there.
Golden pan drop mid-rocket kill.
I know, right? Got more important things to discuss here. As Arrow tries to make a 3v1 happen, does pick up 2 frags, which is going to make it a 1v1 situation here. We have Tobbs versus Arrow. We saw last time Arrow hitting some fancy moves, but ending up missing a shot and messing up his orbit, losing the backspike. We see another backspike there. Arrow not able to recover from the return.
Red turns it around. It looks like we're getting a 3v3.
Yep, so we are getting a 3v3. That was just the warm-up round, and we already went up to, I think, close to 150. So I'm really hoping... I think we broke 200 in the sort of warm-up segment, but I don't think it officially counts. So I really want to see this group start to bring out the speed in Dodgeball. Oh, we see
a short
player
dying. A slow orbit taken down. That's just embarrassing.
Yeah, well, it happens to everyone here. You can see Red having a much more gradient along their line here than Blue. Blue kind of playing in a blob here, just playing separated from each other, but experienced players ready for the redirect there.
That was a really close orbit. That could have taken out both of them there.
I might just be out of perspective, but yeah. See flares kind of going across each other. Oh,
actually play, but it's very unsuccessful.
Definitely annoying. It's so good to watch them shoot flares at each other. It's such not a thing when I play.
Yeah.
Pretty amusing. So we're entering a sort of faster paced part of the game here. First round.
Oh, gets a double kill.
Gets the double. Killing Top.
Oh my god.
And I'm gonna call him Bean because I don't know how to pronounce his name. Or call him 898. So yeah, nice double kill there to salvage the round from Arrow.
It's like Tob is their backline player, and Blue is opting for the Cabal line, and they actually pick their the other team's front line. It's 2v3 now.
You can see Top playing with his back against the wall is going to be very interesting because it's going to make it quite difficult for him to orbit. And,
for sure.
But if he's confident in his ability to... Oh, an Arrow...
Seems like it's working out because they turned it 2v2.
Yeah, they recovered. And Arrow going down the MVP
last time. Losing orbit there.
And now we see GP in the same situation his teammate was in. Let's see if he can pick 2 players by himself. Another double kill in the works. And you see right there, exactly as I called it, Top not able to orbit with the wall in his way. We see a redirect there. Another redirect.
There's the orbit. Oh, it does not catch it.
See right there, just a straightforward response there to the spike. Even that could be
winning
a bit of
2 clutch rounds. Yeah.
Yep, 2 clutch rounds for GP and Arrow, both clutching out of 2v1. Let's see if Bot can do it now. So far, he's died to some pretty slow rockets, but every dog has their day.
Might be
Oh.
oh my!
There, GP.
Right as we're talking, it actually might
Getting hit
turn
by a
into this
flare there, I think.
opportunity.
Was that a flare kill?
Might have been actually.
I think it looked like it. You can see
Yeah.
Arrow getting into
Oh
another round with the
no,
flares.
it's not bots
Spencer's out the
day.
double kill. The flare harass coming out and managing to get a pick. Let's see if Blue has a response now. I imagine they're not too happy about that one.
A lot easier to do the flares at the beginning just because the rocket is easier to
hit. You might
hit.
have enough time to hit, not only to hit the rocket, but also to respond. Even if it goes towards you, your flare's out. Probably have a chance.
The flares, while they have bigger hitbox, they're not faster. Red picks up a kill immediately, only at 70 miles per hour.
You can see it's bot once again going down early, so his salvage will not be this round, it seems.
Sadly, bot does not get to clutch today.
You can see same thing there. It looked like someone shot a flare. Didn't see which team it was on, but given blue player didn't die. Oblex going
now.
down there. Another 2v2 situation. Let's see if history repeats itself.
Yeah, he's back. He's hugging the wall now, but he managed to
recover there with a little 360 twist there. I don't know if you saw that. It's not standard tactics. GP once again in a
clutch situation. Let's see if he can bring the money home, because all they need is one more round to take it home.
You can see he's targeting top here as he continues to harass the back line, trying to see if he can redirect there to the front. Two back spikes, but does manage to pick up top at the end of that. Get a little too hot. So we have the same showdown.
He knows how to back spike. This could be another clutch round for GP. We'll see. Both players just going for straight shots. Oh my lord! Hitting two curves and GP goes down.
Is that tie point? Match point here? 2-2?
Yeah.
Where's Dragonborn with my score update? Alright, I think we have one more group here. So this is... Oh, no, it is a good game. What? Was it? Darn, I wish you put the things in the chat so I could see. Is that 3-2 to red then? Closer game than we saw before. I got pinged by something.
I have to message Tone about something.
I'm just gonna say you could use Fira. Alright, sorry. Looking back at the cast here. Arrow has left the server, so I think we might have another kick group coming in here. Ooh. Get a little double kill. Alright. Do you know what our next group is up? Or which group is up next?
Let's see. Let's look at the challenge. We have Ace versus Ouija and Pi versus GP. So we got this is the Ouija team versus the Ace team. This is gonna be an interesting matchup because Ace's team is filled with a couple experienced players, including Gwen, Milk Tea, and Ouija himself. So it looks like they're already establishing their superiority.
I'm not sure if this is the same Milk Tea, but if it is the Milk Tea I've played with in the past, then I believe he probably has, I want to say, at least 6 years of experience on his belt. I got 5 players on the map here.
I believe it is.
Oh, is it 5v5? No way. Got some extra players here. Get them out of here.
I'm not. Yeah, we need to fix these teams. I believe it's the warm-up round anyway, so it's okay.
You know, one of the things I didn't even notice is that there is a T and a Milk Tea. So apparently, just a popular name when it comes to dodgeball. A little charity ball coming out here.
I mean, as we know, competitive players in any format love the single word name aliases.
Yeah. Is that true?
Quite a stereotype. It's a big stereotype.
I don't think I've noticed.
I don't think it's actually true, but it's something that casual players love mentioning.
People with like single word names or single letter names, I think. Q.
Oh, yeah. Boy, but that's like only Q. Like, who else do you know other than Q with a single letter as his
like
name?
CJ and TLR. There's like letter names. You know, it's just like a sequence of. I guess every name is a sequence of letters.
Yeah, but like those are acronyms. So like.
Yo, what does TLR stand for?
I have no idea, but it stands for something. I do know that.
What does CJ stand for?
CJ?
Yeah.
It's like
That's what I thought.
Alvin Johnson.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know. It could stand for Court of Justice. Who knows? What kind of IRL work the player is from? You know.
What are you on about?
I think Court of Justice would be a very edgy name though for a comp player. Would be
Prepare to
sick
face
and
justice. So,
but like you just like spell it like replace random number letters with numbers.
so Dragon Ball is saying it's a best of 3 here.
I can't even tell what the score is because the round time like win limit just keeps going. It's like 17 to 49. So we gotta rely on Dragon Board and stuff.
Yeah, that's quite interesting, isn't it? It seems red team is favored on this map. Am I right? Just the red-sided map. Not sure if the match is live here. Dragon Ball didn't say anything about a warm-up, but if they are live here, we have Milk Tea versus Ouija. I want to say they kind of like two little notable players from each team. But quite hard to tell. Okay,
now it's live.
Oh, so that was the warm-up here.
See, the blue team has the benches on their side, so they have more spectators supporting them. You could argue that it's blue-sided.
The actual basket is on the other side. So we see Ouija adopting the same strategy from before, holding up the backline by himself. Red team.
He's hugging the wall too. Yeah. See if he can.
He's got a little bit of room to work with, but you can see red team adopting a kind of 2-2 split. Obviously, the advantage of being so far back. Oh wow, that redirect straight into Milk Tea. Don't think that was meant for him, but he did end up catching the rocket.
It's arguably their best player too, but they at least get the refrag and turn into a 3v3.
Yeah.
Gwendolyn is well, maybe not the top player, still a pretty strong one. She, I believe, has experience in actually playing dodgeball as well, so taking her down is really good for them because they lost Milk Tea, right?
Oh, and
they get another frag on Ouija.
The backline player, they're going down, looking a little bit grim here as Blue tries to recover.
Looking very grim. They lost 3 in a row there.
Messing up his orbit.
Yeah, North is gonna have to try to clutch it up. This is not a situation that he's used to with Ouija carrying.
The bench is clearly.
But he takes it back, T, and the charity bomb comes out. He could, if he can maybe manipulate them to play together, he could get this charity bomb to nuke both of them. See, but he gets it direct into his face. He didn't even get to turn around before it just came to him.
Yeah, see,
That's unfortunate.
Ace of Guns there, perfectly redirecting to his face. No chance for an orbit.
Valiant effort, though. I would say that's a good try. He took down 2 of them while his teammates were down, so pretty close all around.
See, actually,
same formation. Yeah.
Sort of line formation.
Very similar formation as before, though. We got a Tornado in the back, but Milk Tea's with them. So we got 2 players in the back instead of Ouija. And Ouija gets taken down right away.
Probably not what you want to see immediately. If he's going to bear the brunt of a defense. Red team now has the opportunity to...
I think his middle players might be a little too preoccupied with the flares there. Rather than protecting him. But they get the refrag, so it's not bad. And the counter refrag comes out.
You see
2v3.
Not able to complete an orbit, turning back towards the ball.
I believe both teams have run out of flares now, so that's not really an option, even with a slow ball. They're trying to hit a back spike on Mo, but he's sending it right back to him.
You see T right there.
He can't keep up, though.
Yeah. Completing his orbit, giving him the chance to... buying the time it takes to redirect that rocket the way he wanted it to go. Being a thorn in North's side there as he hugs the front wall, intercepting a lot of those rockets meant for Milk Tea. So we see 2-0 to red here. My prediction is looking pretty good so far, right?
Yeah. I would have thought that the Ouija team could have picked up another round instead of being almost 3-0 at this point. Ace saying GG's in chat. Already getting a little cocky.
No, it's best of 3.
Best of 2?
It's best of 3, which means first 2-2.
Okay.
I always get confused about that. Yeah.
I thought it was first to 3. Makes more sense.
Apparently they reduced the...
Yeah, that makes sense. We're kind of overtime, right?
Oh man, they should have cut the rounds out of the earlier segment, but it is what it is. Yeah, that makes sense. Running a little bit low on time here. So does that mean we're into next segment here?
Looks like we're gonna be in grand finals in just a short minute once the Pi team finishes up their match. I wonder who actually won once it updates, because I'm really curious to see. I love how they're just avoiding using your map and Just going with the 5-minute timer now.
5-minute timer, best of one. Is that the format for Auto Duo?
Yeah.
Was it supposed to be something else?
They wanted to reduce the time so that like extra breathing room.
So I wasn't sure what we're doing.
So,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fight to the death. Flawless victory.
All right, and we're up to. Is this another semifinals match? The second group.
is this GP? Yeah, this is it. This is their semifinals. So after this one, we'll have the
So
grand
we're gonna
finals.
see who can meet the Ace team in grand finals.
What's your prediction? Do you think the clutch team can keep up with Pi's defense?
Oh, I don't know. Those clutches were close games. I
Yeah.
think it's gonna be real hard to keep pulling off clutches. That's why they're. That's why they
You
have.
can
so much
only
weight.
get lucky so many times, right?
Yeah, well, you only have to get as lucky as you need. Although I'm not gonna call it luck, but I definitely think that the way things have been going, I think Blue might have an edge here. W proving to be a very strong player and them playing, I think, that screen really well. You saw them kind of intercepting.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be a little bit hard to respond to that. The clutch plays, to put it politely, the clutch plays are kind of solo plays, and I am a huge fan of teamwork. So I'd really like to see the sort of backline frontline dynamic pull through here. But you never know.
Sure. I want to see that line front line be punished by a charity bomb one of these because we haven't seen that quite yet. We've only seen single kills with the charity bomb.
Yeah, I think what I can't really tell, but it looked like the last charity bomb just did knockback instead. So we might just have to rely on splash. It's a little sad.
I hope it's a nuke because otherwise that'll be like really lame. Because the knockback doesn't really do anything. Because when it blows up, the ball resets its speed anyway, so the knockback isn't really much of a hindrance.
Yeah, that's true.
Other than being cool, I guess.
No, you can pick up a friend.
This is warm up.
It's warm up here. Red team looks like they're down a player, unless I'm mistaken. So GP in a 1v4 clutch situation. Let's see. Can he still clutch? Is he still in that kind of mood? He's putting up a good performance here. Rocket going up to 140. A lot of backline combat there. Backspike there going to Diamondback, but receives it fine. And GP manages to pick up a double kill. So not looking too bad. He's been in this situation before. One he's quite familiar with. 2v1. Oh, he messes up. He messes up an air blast on a slow rocket there. You can see him teleporting a little bit. Probably the smoke particles getting in his face. So, a fortunate way to end that. So, it looks like our match is live now. Remember, we're down to best of 3. So, first to 2 here. Time to actually play. And yeah,
the match is live
here. You can see Red adopting this 2-2 little group up. Pi is a lie in the back line, holding his place here.
Well, they seem to have lost Bot. Unfortunately, he just keeps getting picked first.
Yeah, well,
but at least their backline player is still alive. They can keep up their defense.
One of the things I do think is quite interesting is if you try to run away from... double.
Oh, they get a double kill. A little too close for comfort for them.
The screen ending up clumping, punishing them a little bit there. But I think one of the really amusing things about Dodgeball to me is if you try to run away, play really far back and avoid the rocket like that, Pi messing up his orbit there is going to probably seal Blue Team's fate here as they're down to 1v3. See Red opting to take a spiking battle. Oh, you can see a teammate there, GP saving his teammate by air blasting it as soon as Skunk missed the spike.
But it's not going to be enough. But at least they're in a 2v1 right now. They still have that player advantage. Can they hopefully finish the job? Yes, they can, and they take out Mello.
So a really amusing little bit of teamwork there as GP air blasts the rocket. His teammate misses a few times. I just dump people onto the server. Quite amusing.
That's the kind of good gameplay that we want to see here. You know, they're protecting each other's backs. It's almost like a brotherhood.
I take it back. I thought Blue had a little bit of a better teamwork dynamic going on, but right there, that little pyro camaraderie, I have to get behind.
For sure.
Oh.
And they take out Bot again. That's just unfortunate. This man needs to see some more gameplay. Hopefully. Let's see if GP and Skunk can maybe clutch it up against Pi. This is maybe the specialty, but GP goes down actually, and now it's a 1v4. This is going to be a big struggle here.
It's Skunk's time to clutch.
He's going to have to get at least 2 kills with the rocket here. Maybe punish their line, but
Oh.
It's not gonna happen, and they
You can see the
bring it up
players.
to 1-1.
One of the big problems with dodgeball, the players lagging a little bit as the rocket gets close to them, and that orbit smoke really getting into their face makes it a little hard to be able to reflect. Oh, match point here, right? Because we're on
For
first
sure.
and 3. Bot doing a little bit of a funny orbit there, but managing to accomplish it. Flares getting spammed out from blue team here as they try to pick up an early frag. See the rocket goes to Arrow, who hits a nasty down spike there, but gets responded.
And W
really
counters
well
that
by W.
spike and gets the pick on GP. That's their signature clutch player going down. So
Yeah.
if they can keep this up, they won't have to worry about this clutch situation here. Skunk is playing very close to W. I feel like this is really risky move.
Oh, you can see their W eating the rocket into his back, so we have a reset here. If you do hit your own teammate with your rocket, it doesn't...
It doesn't kill them at the very least. Yeah, see Skunk playing too close for comfort there and getting punished for it.
You can see W definitely a close quarters player, as he's been playing the front line this entire time, trying to intercept.
And he takes out another player. Bot at least living to see the almost the end of the fight here. Arrow is gonna have to clutch it up again. They're playing blues. Oh, he gets the pick on W.
He wanted revenge.
He's doing a player job. That's what you like to see. And he recovers with the orbit. Nicely done.
A little bit of style on it. A little 360
He's actually
there.
keeping up very well. We're at 150 miles per hour. The ball is going to start to get really fast. He gets a double kill!
70, that's a double. I'm calling this team the clutch team. If they pick this up, oh my god. So we're down to a 1-1 situation. Pi is Lai, the back line for blue. The anchor for this team against Arrow. Oh, we see crazy rocket trails here.
Oh my god, look at...
Trying to throw each other
It's
off.
moving faster. Oh my god. Not quite. I would say, even though they lost that double kill with that rocket,
I was gonna say, I can't think of a finer way for the clutch team to go out, though.
Yeah.
Had me on the edge of my seat. Even though I said I was rooting for blue team, you know, you can't help but want to root for an underdog.
There's no better way to end that. That was a really good match. We're going to be going to our grand finals, both teams.
So walk us down. What teams do we have? We have the team we just saw there, blue. Oh, right, and we were going to change the map. I think bronze is also going to be played on a different map, but we're going to Comp Court for the finals. Yeah. A map that I do not actually have.
Looking at the Ace team versus Pi, so we'll see how that turns out.
Well, walk us through all the players here. Oh,
so let's see. They load up. I keep joining the actual player when I don't mean to. I get into spectate. Okay, let's see what we got here. We got the Pi team. So we have Pi and Mello. They're both definitely experienced players that I've seen before. It seems like it's the same ratio for both teams. We have Milk Tea and W and the other team. So you have 2 to 3 experienced players, and then maybe 1 or 2 that are not so experienced. If it's like a 5v5, so
okay, so
at least it's a pretty even split. Though I'm rooting for the Milk Tea team personally. I want to see how they handle.
I think it's pretty amusing here at the grand finals that we have a Milk Tea and a Tea. Wait, are they on the same team?
No, actually, yeah, they are actually.
Oh, interesting. I told you, tea common in the dodgeball world apparently. The beverage of choice. No coffee players.
Of course. I mean, you have to. Maybe it's just the philosophy of playing dodgeball, where it's about being relaxed and playing around the ball like it's almost like water, right? It's like that scene from Kung Fu Panda where he redirects a fire and.
Not where I would have taken it, but sure. And you can see on Comp Court, no more invisible lines separating the players. Players free to cross as they want to the other side, get inside players' faces. So we're likely going to see those close quarter combat players, especially W is the player I have my eye on.
See W gets some CQB kills on both these T players, essentially. And
not a T fan, are we?
They're sharing a rocket damage with the other player. They're getting very close here.
Getting in the way, blocking that rocket with their face.
This is
suffocating him with numbers. Oh, and like I said, W on the close quarter combat here.
Unfortunately, being the white girl surrounded.
Oh my god.
All
right, so best of 5 here. Grand finals of the dodgeball tournament for our charity event. We see red team. Oh, going through the wall there by accident. My bad. We're seeing both teams starting out. Blue team taking a lot more space here. The team's spreading out quite a bit. You see the redirect there from the side of the court to the side of the court. That's what I mean, where you can get caught with your pants down there, as Diamondback does. You can see W, just like I said, getting in players' faces, trying to get really aggressive here. See if he can pick up a kill. The redirect back spike there hits Milk T because he's behind.
Take it out instead.
Yeah, when you get surrounded there, get really trippy when you have a person behind you.
Nobody gets a taste of his own medicine. T and Ace are playing very close together. They're almost, like you said, playing the blob, and they get punished for that. Right as I mentioned it, bro.
You have the foresight.
So
we're down to a 2v2 situation. T, seeing if he can avenge his fallen teammate. Milk Tea, I should say.
Maybe the spirit of W will live on.
It does give him the strength. Now we have Curse of Mellow versus Tornado and Milk Tea. Mellow looks like he wants to focus down Milk Tea here as he approaches him.
Tornado is not really getting involved in this fight, so it's going to be 1v1.
It's going to be so difficult to receive there, just going right over the player.
They're playing CQB with each other. We might get to see that circle yin-yang gameplay, but
I doubt it.
They're getting a lot more
They're getting in each other's faces.
This is very close.
Oh my god, Mellow managing to hit that reflect, but it goes so far behind it, bot Tornado enough time to respond. That's a first rounder red there. It's very intense. They walk down players. We got a lot of close quarter combat players, I think, in this group, which is going to make for some really interesting sets.
I really like the sort of back and forth that they did. They weren't just closing in each other. They were sort of almost teasing the distance, going back and forth to try to switch it up.
Targeting Tornado here is trying to get behind. As soon as you're around players, that gives you the opportunity. You lose that ability to backspike to target the closest player, right? So Blue really playing in this blob in the center as Red sort of surrounds them here.
Is playing the flank right now. Maybe trying to get a surprise pick, but he's rotating back to his team.
He's rotating in a full circle. He's on a full lap of the court. Oh, we see Red picks up 2 players here quite early. Oh,
and immediate refrag on Ace.
I'm telling you, he's a close quarters monster. He's walking these players down. There's Milk Tea from behind. Oh, history almost repeated itself there. W surrounded here. Trying to see if he can redirect. See Rocket going all over the place. Picking up Tornado there with that down spike.
Maybe they want to gang up on Milk Tea. It's the T brothers up against Blue team. Let's see if they can. Oh, T get the frag on W.
Power of beverages.
Not able to refrag on for his teammate. Diamondback getting close, and he hits the teammate behind.
Down spike working. Oh my god!
Oh my god!
T managed to kill with a slow motion rocket, hugging the enemy player there, but I think blocking his movement, and that's gonna be another round for Red there. They've
looks like he gave him the kiss of death almost immediately as the ball spawned.
Avenged his fallen T comrade once again. And we have a match point here for Red, potentially. Been clutching both their rounds. Oh my god, Diamondback spiking that directly into him. W and Diamondback both clearly trying to get in players' faces here. You can see Diamondback actually chasing down T. But as I was saying, Red Team only managing to clutch these out by 1 player. So by no means a dominant performance here, even though the score would suggest otherwise.
Still very even. Oh, the close range orbit.
So it's W going down early.
He is trying to pre-fire and get some flare plays and maybe blow it up in Pi's face, but it's just not enough.
You can see Pi there getting juggled by the flare, but still managing to respond well. Mellow eating that rocket for his teammate, so rocket slows down.
And T gets the flank play does not work out for him as he gets spiked right in front of him.
Pi's ally there, seeing that player saying, "Just get off me," and spiking that 100-mile rocket. Get off me! Get this guy off me. So he backspike there, catches Mellow unaware there as he's not able. Well, he does manage to do his orbit, but he misses the rocket and can't do a second one. So we have a 2v1 situation here. Milk Tea and Tornado surviving to the end, along with Pi as ally, the backline player.
He
messes up his orbit there, and unfortunately,
it's a 3-0.
3-0 for Red here. That last round being more convincing than most, but otherwise a very close match, and we got to see some decently fast speeds here.
I believe there might be a 3rd place matchup against the loser bracket, so we'll have to see.
They should have done that first. Oh well, we'll see. I think they might be low on time. Or I think they finished. I think they finished before time here. 5:47. When does Alta do a normally go? I think they are going to do the bronze match.
Oh, yeah. Looks like doing that. When was it against? It's Ouija and GP. GP's team. maybe this is when they redeem themselves and put the final clutch for third place. They got an extra player there, so they'll have to kick him out. I believe they were still in warm-up, as Dragon hasn't said any announcements.
I think he's probably busy organizing. Yeah, this is such a classic map. This is the basketball court one you were talking about. Although I've never seen it. I don't remember it being called comp court. It's just called basketball.
I think my favorite thing to do on this map is just use the flare to jump up on the speakers or the actual hoop itself, you know?
Yeah. We saw it during one of the pre-games, one of the pyros getting on another pyro's head. Yeah. Another classic staple of Dodgeball. Making a pyro tower.
Oh, Mel is just getting completely surrounded, but he's able to keep up at least now. But it's not enough for him.
Very difficult to deal with rockets coming from different directions.
Question marking him in chat. Looks like his pyro or shark cosmetics are not just for show. Getting a little bit of beam out. We're seeing a flare jump already. I want to see somebody dunk it into the net for some extra style points. Oh, Arrow gets a double kill right away, standing still. Is he gonna question mark them again in chat? We'll see. He's standing still, maybe typing. 3 E's reported. What does that even mean? Not sure, but ball's going. Oh
my god, it's just double kill city here as they play inside each other. Double kills on both teams here. And see Ouija trying to get some style points here. I believe he is playing for the bronze match against GP's team here. This is either the warm-up or the round before, so we had an extra player in. I think we still have an extra player in if they want to get that player out. See Mo potentially trying to get some CQC. Is not going to work as GP just swats him like a fly.
UP is 1v1 with Ouija. Pi is just a lone bystander right now, watching this 1v1. Third wheeling, maybe he can try to be a protective shield to Ouija, but it doesn't look like he cares at all. It just doesn't even need to be involved. Ouija just clutches it up. Finishes that 1v1.
I think bronze plays match here, but red team does have an extra player somewhere. Oh, there we go. Oh.
I believe it was blue that had the extra. Yeah, it was W still in there.
Oh, okay. Warm up going off here, so gonna wait another round. So the clutch team here is I can't help but want to root for them. But if I root for them, does that make them not the underdog anymore?
No, because the underdog isn't based on how many people are rooting for them, but whether they're expected to win.
Yeah, if they're expected to win, I don't really think it's a clutch.
Ouija has like 200,000 projectiles reflected almost on his flamethrower. He is.
There you go.
Like Jesus.
It's all about the stats.
On any normal pyro flamethrower, you'd think it was fine, but no sir.
Live with the bronze match here. Best of 5s, first to 3. See flares coming out. I wonder if that middle text is annoying to some players.
I mean, some of these players play this blind, so you know. North Prey, we're seeing a little bit of organizer bias for these players.
What?
Oh, what? Did they just wipe? Oh, they just slayed everybody.
One of the players not managing to get in there in time, so they're restarting to get the full roster, I believe.
We have like 11 spectators, so.
Yeah, I know, right?
Arrow has like 500,000 projectiles reflected. Jesus.
It's Dodgeball for you. See Gwen, first to go down there, unable to receive the spike. See, some red players getting in blue players' faces here. It's Skunk.
Oh, Skunk gets the double kill from the back line.
Picking up a double
dropping a stink bomb right on blue team. Ouija's gonna have to try to clutch it up.
You see Arrow.
These are very good players from Arrow's getting very close. Oh, it gets punished for a little too cocky for comfort.
They're really getting in Ouija's space here, preventing him from really taking anything.
No, but
He's just oh, I was gonna say he's systematically dismantling these players close to him, but
Oh,
GP walks up and just cleans up that kill.
it's okay. Bot served his role and served his country for dodgeball. GP followed up at least.
Oh, a double CC.
What does C say?
That's the command to have that text pop up in the middle. I think the unnamed hero there, by the way, to that support play to the double kill was Arrow there, as he blocked the players in to really make that double kill happen. Nice redirect
Moby
there,
gets taken down immediately. A
Moby?
double
Mo.
flare jump. We're seeing some more interest in gaining style points here. Jazz is stay on the edge and manages to take down Bot.
Bot trying to play behind there, getting caught out in the corner. Not enough room to do much.
Skunk and Jazz
Entering
in a
sort of standoff
down.
here. So Jazz
Skunk-
loses the spike play versus Jazz. Jazz loses spike play versus Skunk. Sorry.
Skunk has really been the MVP for these past 2 rounds. He got the first double kill and now taking out 2 more players. At least helping to take down 2 players here.
You see Gwen.
And that was down 1v3.
You see, oh my god. Red players trying to
Immediately
double
punished.
aggressive, but Luigi's saying none of your nonsense, not this time.
No, dude.
You see, he just cleans house there as Luigi just gets a triple kill for that round, making
Just
it 1-1.
completely wipes the floor from almost nowhere. Wow.
Yeah, you saw right
Show,
there.
you can still have the match go either way, no matter what player ad you have. It's like crazy.
Yeah, definitely. And you see GP and Arrow both just walking forward there, as if they already had the match won and really got punished for it. They were
Jazz
trying
is
to
going
close
out
in on
first
them.
here. Let's see.
So we
This might be another Luigi clutch situation. Yeah, he's trying to get a flank play. Arrow and Skunk are playing really close together, so maybe he's trying to get a double
was playing
kill.
close. Luigi returning back to his teammate, sort of serving as a shield temporarily.
Well, they're down 2 players, so they got to play together here. A bot goes down on the flank. Yeah, that's
Caught up by
unfortunate.
the redirect. Down spike
Oh,
from
extra
Arrow here.
stop points from that orbit. Arrow trying to finesse him with a backward, not even looking his opponent down as he does it.
Yeah, it's hard to see that timing. Your opponent's
Well,
body even blocking the rocket.
they say flip, cool guys don't look at explosions, and it seems he's
alright.
too cool for.
Well, maybe Skunk should have looked at that explosion
goes-
as he
mhm.
misses his orbit and goes down. You can see pretty much the same situation as before. Arrow and
That's
GP
Luigi's clutching
trying
up
to get
against
close,
Arrow and GP.
starting to try to bully. GP, flare jump and the down spike. to
An
finish
air
it.
spike. Holy!
He can't say he didn't have style.
That's the best kill I've seen through all these matchups. That was
You see
insane.
Bot doing the same thing, trying to sneak so far behind. It's pretty amusing.
I think they're just too aware of him to be successful here.
Yeah, you see Blue
This-
Team kind of
He's trying to
over
make
playing that.
the speaker and maybe distracting him, I guess.
Not able to receive on the loudspeaker. No.
Oh, I didn't
there
get thinking
goes
right
Bot.
after.
Oh, how sad. You see Arrow
Oh, they're
getting
trying
pretty
to
close.
gang up on Just Jazz, but he's sending it right back to them. They
Skunk
deleted
catches that
it.
rocket here. Deletes the rocket.
Maybe trying to do a spike play
Flare
yet
jump.
again from Arrow. Ooh.
Skunk able to complete his orbit.
I mean, the thing is, Ouija and Gwen are still alive, so this is going to be really tough for them to try to get a frag out. We're almost at 200 miles per hour, and Ouija gets taken out at 169.
Yeah, you
Nice.
see Arrow managing to complete his spike there. And
Yeah, it's just gonna
First
start
spawn.
dominoing all the way down once they took out Ouija. Gwen's gonna have a really hard time against these guys.
Just Gwen here.
Oh, yeah,
unable
that's
to
just-
receive that 80-mile-per-hour rocket here. That is going to be 3-1 for Red, and I believe that's
Yeah.
the match. See if Dragon says anything.
We'll see. Oh yeah, it's GG.
All right, I think that ends the dodgeball segment of the game.
Yeah.
Your bronze place winners, my named clutch team, consisting of Arrow, GP, Bot, and Skunk. Our second place team being the T team, consisting of Milk Tea, T, and do you have the name list up here? Don't want to do any disrespect to people.
Let's see. Where is it? Let's see the voice chats. Actually, we
Yeah,
have
listen up.
Oh, never mind. They only have the voice channels. I can check roll actually.
My co-caster is so unprepared.
Listen, you don't even know the player name, so I don't want to hear it.
That's why I'm asking you. I'm asking you for the player names. All right. I do want to get these players' names on record before we head off. So let me just make sure. I don't want to do them any. So Team GP consisted of GP, Bot, Red Cheese, Your Local Degenerate, and then the Ace team was, I believe, Team Ace, Brother
Yes.
Harm, Ace with a heart, Ace, and then Milk Tea. And what was our second place team?
Our second place team was Team Pie.
Yeah, Team Pie is a Lie, Mellow, Diamondback, and Kelpie. So congratulations to all our competitors. Thanks for playing, and I hope you enjoyed the stream. I'm going to call it there as we have another event to get out to.
Gonna be all to do now. I think they're going ahead with the